Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Seun Salami. It's good to be back this week again, and today I decided to go over some of my messages on Facebook and Instagram and see some of the messages I missed when I was away and pick out one that caught my attention and to do a video on that today. So here it is. So this message on Facebook, and it was quite interesting because the young man actually says he knows the answers to this question, but he just wanted to know what my own take on this would be. So here's the question: like, should people pay tithes on their gross income or on their net income? Right. So if you don't know what that means, there is a difference between the gross income and the net income, which is that the gross is the totality of what you earn in a month, and in this part of the world what happens is deductions are made on that gross income, like the taxes you pay to the government and any other deductions are made from the gross, and then you are paid a net, which is what comes into your account. And because that is what comes into people's accounts, there's the temptation to think that this is what I actually earn, right? So when people want to pay tithes, they pay tithes on that net income, which is what came into their accounts, right? Now let me just put it out there. If you're one of those people who are still arguing about whether it's right to pay tithes or not, certainly this video is not for you. I take it for granted that you're someone who pays tithes and who understands the principle of tithing. Okay, let's not spend the whole video trying to do that, right? But let's not spend the entire video trying to explain what tithing is and why you should tithe. So let's take it for granted that you understand tithing. Now the next thing is this: if you work and you earn, let's say you earn $1,000, that is how much you earn. That is how much the company has hired you and decided to pay you, right? At the end of the day, when all the deductions are made, you may get 800 or whatever it is from the gross as your net pay, right? But that doesn't mean that $800 is what you earn. What you actually earn is 1,000, because your taxes to the government is a responsibility, right? It's a duty, and they take that out of what you earn. The reason why they don't wait for you to get the money is because you might be tempted to spend the money and not pay it. Just the same way you are being tempted to spend your tithes now and not pay it, and you're trying to find a justification for paying a lesser amount, because if you have to pay on the gross, then it's more, right? But if you're paying on the net income, then it's less that you're paying. Now you must understand that this principle of tithing is one way that God has put in place for us to be financially prosperous. And if you are still arguing and deliberating about should I pay tithe or not, you are depriving of yourself. You are basically depriving yourself of so many things that God has in place for you, right? Tithing is something that you should take for granted, that this is my responsibility as a Christian. It's not about I'm paying tithes to a church or whatever it is. No, you're giving your tithes to God. You're just using your local assembly as a point, as a channel. That's the temple where you worship, right? But the ultimate is that this tithe is for God. It belongs to God. It's actually not your own. I remember saying this to the young people in church last week, that tithe is not money that you give to church. It is not your money in the first place. So you understand that 10% of what I earn, 10% of the totality of what I earn, the gross income that I make, belongs to God. So if you're making 1,000 in a month, you understand that the $100 from that $1,000 belongs to God. It is not your own. It's not something you can borrow and pay back later, like many people try to do. Like, oh, let me just use these tithes, I'll pay it back, and then it begins to mount up, it begins to accumulate, begins to build up, and then when it becomes $500, you're like, hey, how am I going to take $500, right? And this is the thing. The Bible says that if you are not faithful in a little, you will not be set over much. That's what the Bible says. So if you are not faithful in the little that you have now, God cannot entrust more into your hand. And if you are not faithful in that little, you can't be faithful in much. Now you can't pay $100 tithe on $1,000 that you make. How are you going to be able to give up $1,000 as tithe when you begin to make $10,000? You won't be able to do it. You simply will not be able to do it, because 1,000 will look so big to you at that time. Like, man, this is $1,000 we're talking about. How can I give this? And you begin to calculate how much that is in naira. You send it to Nigeria. What's going on? What people can do with it, right? But if you train yourself now to take out of $10, you take $1. And you start like that, and you make it a consistent thing. It's a habit that you consistently do. I mean, sometimes when I go to the bank, I just randomly take envelopes and put in my bag. And once I get money and I withdraw my money, I separate my tithe from my money so that I don't even get it mixed up. I don't start thinking that I have money. If it's in my account, I take it out and put it in an envelope, put it away. So the next time I'm in church, I remember to take that envelope with me and drop it off in church. And I don't start arguing and trying to and this thing is the tithing is even a basic thing, because in the New Testament, what the apostles did, what the early church, what they really did was that they gave everything that they had. Maybe nobody's asking you to do that now, but 10%, and we are still arguing, we are still fighting. Is it gross or is it net? Right? The apostles, they actually gave up everything, and the Bible says that they brought everything that everybody brought what they had. They sold their things, they brought what they had, and they shared it amongst people who had needs. And that's really the way it's supposed to be. But the basic thing that is even going on now is just pay the tithe, right? We're not saying bring all the money into the house, right? Pay the tithe and forget about it. And another thing that people say is who is going to spend the money? Is it not the pastor that's going to use the money to buy a private jet? Actually, that's not your business. You see, many of these pastors that you look at, I'm not here to defend them, okay? Some of them might be doing things that they're supposed to do. That's not my business, right? My own business is that I know that the few pastors that I know, they are more financially intelligent than a lot of us. They are actually more financially intelligent. Many of them have businesses that you don't even know about. Many of them have, things that they do. They are smart. They are not like us. They don't argue whether to pay tithe or not. So they are prospering. But you are still arguing. You are still fighting God. When God says give to this person or give to that, you are still arguing and you're wondering why you are broke. That is the reason why you are broke. That's the reason why you are not prospering like they are. And these guys are laboring in the word. God does not, deny his own people. He rewards his servants. So you see people who are laboring for God and they are prospering, and you think that is your money that is making them prosper. Then stop giving your tithe. See who prospers, whether they stop prospering or you stop prospering. So it's really about forgetting that this is, I'm giving the money to church, I'm giving. Don't leave all of that and realize that this is God placing a demand on us. I don't want to start quoting Malachi and all the scriptures. You already know all of that. So let's just do the right thing. But my own opinion, right, is you pay tithe on gross income. That's what I do. I don't argue. Sometimes when the calculation becomes unnecessary, like maybe I get gifts, I get all of these different things by the way, and I have to start trying to calculate the exact figure. I just round it up to something more, right? I can't go wrong with that. It's not. I'd rather pay more than pay less. So I'll do that. I know men of God who have advanced their tithe from 10% to all sorts of percentages, as long as they have a relationship with God about that, and God is rewarding them for that. So why would I want to be stuck on 10%? And then I'm even still calculating, is it 126 or is it 128? Then you're not looking for $2 to make up. What's that? You just pay it. And I always say this as well, like if you think that $500 is too much now to pay as your tithe now is $500 and that is too much to pay. Remember that somebody's tithe is $5,000. So that $5,000 that you are earning, and you think that is too much to pay $500 on. Somebody is paying that $5,000 as tithe. So if you want to get to that level, you have to be faithful with the $500 now, so that you can move up to $5,000 later. And don't go on about is it gross or is it net. So that's my 2 cents on that, and I hope that helped you. If you have any questions you would like me to tackle here, or to just share my opinion on, you can always reach me on Facebook or on Instagram. I may not be able to respond to you immediately, but be sure that I will eventually respond. Or I might just use your question on one of my videos here. Of course, I won't mention anybody's name, like I've said before. I will just take the issue and discuss it in my own way. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for watching all my videos on this channel. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so that you know when I have a new video. So I usually have new videos out on Fridays at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here in Canada, and if you're in Nigeria, that's 5 a.m. on Saturday mornings. I have a new video on the channel. Check out some of the other awesome videos I have on the channel. Till I see you again next week. Stay blessed. God bless you.